What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and if it's either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when you're watching this and depending on when I release it, I am either on my way to GenCon or I'm already there. And as per usual, I'm around, and I wanted to make a formal video stating, hey, I'm at GenCon. And also, I'll do what I always do, but I just want everybody to know, I'm totally comfortable if you come up, say hi, want to get a picture, it's still weird that some people want me to sign things for them. I'm going to be smart and remember to bring Sharpies with me just in case. Again, it feels weird, but if that's something you want me to do, I'm around. And I always bring a bunch of swag, and some of you try to find me just to find the swag, and that's totally cool. I'm going to have a bunch, and I'm going to go through what I'm going to bring in case that impacts your decision one way or another. Another thing I often do at Gen Con is, or any convention really, is at the start of the day, I will post a kind of picture of what I'm wearing so you can find me out on the floor. Now, usually I'm wearing a Nerd Immersion hat, which is a pretty damn good indicator. However, the company I make the hats from is having some supply issues, and my dog ate the other one, so I don't have that. So I'll post a picture no matter what. I'll probably be wearing some form of orange in some way, as always. But, I'll have Nerd Immersion logos in places, whether it's a backpack or what have you. So feel free to come and say hi. I also will post on the day if I'm going to any specific event or thing that is open that you're able to attend. Like I already mentioned that I'm going to be at some of the panels. So I'll be there attending, live tweeting, and taking notes to make videos on them later. You're more than welcome to hit me up before or after the panel to just chat or what have you. So yeah. Or again, if you're a vendor and you want me to swing by to talk about your product, maybe set up future, videos or advertisements or things like that, let me know. All right, now the moment you've really all been waiting for. What kind of swag am I bringing with me to the con? I don't know if it's going to get to this level, but I did buy a collapsible rolling cart that I can pull behind me. It's orange, surprise, to stick a bunch of my swag in to potentially take it to and from the hotel, but also potentially to pull it with me around the con if I end up bringing that much of it with me. So, first of all, I have these Nerd Immersion. These are, your traditional drawstring style bags. I have a bunch of these. These are usually the ones that don't do the best as far as like people wanting them, because I feel like everybody has 1,000 of these and everybody's always giving them out. But I figured I'd throw it out there. I have a staple classic of the past few recent years, the Nerd Immersion hand sanitizer. So I have a whole bunch of these. All of the information is on the back. It is, alcohol-based. Again, it comes with a little carabiner and the logo. These are always good. People usually end up just clipping them on their lanyards because it's always good to have hand sanitizer around with you. I have my Nerd Immersion mechanical pencils. Again, always good to have a pencil when you're playing RPGs of any kind, Dungeons and Dragons or otherwise. Let's see what else I have in this bag. I have, again, there's a bunch of the drawstring bags. I have these Nerd Immersion aluminum keychain bottle openers. Also not a bad thing to throw on your lanyard when you want it and don't have it. You'll be singing a different tune. Lesser of them, but I still do have a bunch of my Nerd Immersion Chessex D6s. You've seen these a lot in the rolling stat videos. Some of you said you think they roll pretty hot. I don't know if that was just the 3 that I had, but I do have a handful of these. And don't feel bad if you're like, hey, can I get one for me or my gaming group or what have you? I have a bunch, and I'll order more from Chessex. Well, there's sometimes contraband at conventions. I have a whole bunch of stickers, Nerd Immersion stickers. Again, I have a bunch. They usually don't love them at cons because then they always have to end up peeling them off. And more often than not, they also know who did it because your logo is literally on it. Much less, and I keep forgetting to reorder them, I do still have a couple enamel pins left. And then there is one that I'm sure you've been wondering about. The Nerd Immersion coffee mugs. Now, I only have a handful of these, but I will be bringing back the scavenger hunt. A lot of you really loved that from last year. That's where I take this, I fill it up with other Nerd Immersion swag, and sometimes I hide them at my friends' booths inside the con, and I come up with a catchphrase. You go to their booth, and the first person who goes to that booth and says whatever they ask you to say or do whatever silly dance they want you to do, you get this. I remember at Alchemy last year, the first person that went up and found Chris or somebody from Alchemy and said, hey, what's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, got the mug and everything in it, as well as some stuff from Alchemy. So I'll still be hanging around and giving these out to my friends at their booths to kind of pull attention to their booths, but also give you something. And then I just hid some around the con in various places and took a picture. And the only thing I suggest, and I will say it again here, is if you're the one who finds it, tag me and take a picture of yourself with it so I know that it was found. And then also, it's a fun little thing that we can, you know, maybe do this a couple times throughout the con. So there are the coffee mugs. I think I have 75 of these. So, you know, I know they could all go. I mean, those of us that have them will attest. They're a solid mug. They're, you know, nice, feels good in the hand. And I've thrown mine in my dishwasher, and I've never had any of the logo or anything wipe off the front. It doesn't say hand or dishwasher safe, but I put it in the dishwasher, and I've had no issues. Feel free to hand wash it if you like. And there is a new piece of swag, new for GenCon. This one's a little dusty, but we have the Nerd Immersion notebook. So it is a lined, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it's a lined spiral bound notebook. It comes with a loop with a pen. This is just a regular generic pen. You can feel free to swap it out. Sorry, this one was in my garage, but in a box. So you could swap out the cheapy, you know, throwaway pencil and put in your Nerd Immersion mechanical pencil. And then now you have, you know, that was my goal, is to always basically be able to be like, hey, you could roll with a bunch of Nerd Immersion gear and play your game, right? You could have some D6s, you can have a notebook to take notes, and a pencil to do so, and you can go off and do that. So I have a whole bunch of these notebooks. So you'll be seeing these go around a lot. So feel free to come up and hit me up for them. If I run out of them on the day that you're at the con, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there at some point on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and all day Sunday. So feel free to hit me up and get these. And if you don't get them here at GenCon, the leftovers are going to be at PAX Unplugged in the fall. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys all a PSA and let you know that you can find me and the variety of different kinds of swag and stuff at the con. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all at GenCon. And, well, yeah, I hope to see you all at GenCon. Bye.